everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk about money today, and if you are like me, you love money. And what I like is I like to grow my money where, say I set aside 10% of my income. I like that 10% to slowly but gradually grow and grow and grow, and then pretty soon it's a lot of money. And if it's slowly growing, one thing that I can help, like a few things that I have control of, is my starting amount. So this is right here. That's what I started to invest. So say I'm putting it into the account, and I want, or into a stock account, excuse me. So I want to start with as much as possible. And then, yes, there's ups and downs, but gradually over 10 years, most of the time, the money increases. And if it's in the Fortune 500, it's more stable than the rest, in my opinion. Yes, it does tank sometimes, but overall, it slowly goes up. So I can affect how much I start with. So if I put aside 10% in my expenses, so I've got tithing of 10%, I'm paying off debts, and an emergency fund, let's say that's 20% up front until it's paid off, then this 20% will lower to 10%. So right now it's at 40% right off the bat. Every paycheck, I am spending 40% so I can build a $2,500 emergency fund in case something real bad happens. And then tithing, it's basically so I don't catch on fire anytime soon. And this is setting money aside so that I can either invest it or I can have a runway. So this is what I'm putting towards here. So every paycheck, let's say I add 10%, and say I get a standard paycheck. I'm working 40 hours and I don't have too many other things going on. So I keep adding. But what happens here is every so often, this amount will double. So if I'm just going to play with numbers. These probably won't work out mathematically, but I'm just going to say, let's say we're working with 11% and I'm doing real well. So at 11%, let's say it doubles every 6.5 years. 6.5 or 1/2 years. That's a Y. So I can affect as soon as I start, this amount will double every 6.5 years. So let's say this is 6.5 years and that amount doubled. 6.5 years, doubled. So the higher up this can be is how much I start with, how much money I put into it, and how many times it can multiply before I start taking money out. So I want that time to be as far as possible. I want these two distances to be, as many years, or no, not years, as many 6.5 years as possible, because that's how many times my money will double. And if I start with $1, 1 becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8, becomes 16, 32, 64, 128, etc. And on and on. So I can actually start doing this now. And if I don't have enough to start my own account, or I'm too intimidated, which, trust me, I was before I started investing, and all I did was, say I had a pile of money, I should probably I don't know. So I've got some change here, and every time I see this change, I just take out 10%. So let's say these are all valued at the same. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. All right, well, let me take 7 out. Okay, so 3, 6, 7. Okay, so I've got 10 right here. If all of these are the same value, if they're 1 cent or €1 or 1 British pound, then one goes to tithing, one goes to me, so this becomes investing, so that goes in like a savings account, and then 2 go to an emergency fund or to paying off debts. Once this is paid for, so I have the 2,500, then I no longer have to pay that. I then double the amount, so that's 2 times, is paying off the debts, and then I'm debt free. It's real hard to write through a camera. It doesn't show where I am at the moment. So then I'm debt free. And this can actually just go more towards investing. So then I have 30%, and this 10% is still going to tithing. That's still helping me in the long run. And then here, this money, that slowly building. And then when I reach a specific threshold, then I can invest it. And then we go back over to here, and the sooner you invest it, the more it'll double. So let's say your goal is to have $2 million. Well, if you work at the equation backwards, and this is your 2 million, then how many times will your original amount have to be doubled to equal to or greater than $2 million? Well, you can look at it that way. And how many times will you have to get a paycheck or, get income to set this up and go over to here? And there's all kinds of assets. Trust me, once you get started, you can't unsee them. So this is what I'm doing now. Right now, all my extra change is going in this because it was already made. And I have multiple cans where I just put change. It's kind of like the Acorns where it rounds up your expenses to the nearest dollar and it invests it for you. And I think you pay like $1 a month. I don't use Acorns, but I would recommend them. I mean, if that's what you need to start you investing, absolutely. It is so much better than nothing. And all I do is I take the extra change and I put them in here because my bank has a free coin counter, and then it just puts it into your account, and I got that bank account because it was perfect for my vending machines. And usually I never got pennies, but when I get pennies back from any cash purchase, they'll just take all the change and put it directly into my account, and I can either set it up or I can put this into either gold or silver, which hopefully will increase in value. And it may not increase as steadily as this, or it may increase more steadily than this. But if you diversify your assets, if one takes a hit where others go up, then you can sell the higher one and buy more that are down. And then when those go up, you can do the same process, but in reverse. And I just wanted to share that with you. This is where I'm at. And if you have any more comments, please subscribe and share those below. I really appreciate all your time and effort. Thanks.